Across Florida, a woman in Texas is facing charges after Florida's Attorney General says that she forged a signature on a petition for legalizing marijuana in the state.
It was Amendment 3. You remember it was on your November ballot. That amendment fell short of the 60% required to add it to the state constitution. News4JAX reporter Chris Will is here in studio.
Yeah, Chris, this woman allegedly signed for someone who died more than a year before.
Yeah, that's all according to investigators with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. The agency announced today that Alexandria Tatem was arrested for perjury by false written declaration. That's a third-degree felony, which, if convicted, could mean up to 5 years in prison. It comes after months of debate and conversation around the ballot initiative process. A woman taken into custody after state law enforcement says she forged the signature of a woman who was already dead.
Well, the charge is a very serious charge. It's very significant. And one of the priorities for the state of Florida, of course, is integrity in the petition process.
We spoke with News4JAX political analyst Rick Mullaney after the announcement from FDLE. In a release, investigators say Alexandria Tatem was a registered paid petition circulator. She had collected signatures and information for petitions since 2019 and allegedly submitted a forged signature to the Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections.
In my experience, it's been very rare. You don't see these charges very often.
Attorney General James Uthmeier said in a statement, quote, "We will not tolerate fraud, let alone fraud that undermines the integrity of Florida's nation-leading election system or uses the names of deceased voters to change our state's constitution. This arrest shows our commitment to upholding the law and protecting the sanctity of Florida's elections. My office will continue to lead the charge against any form of voter fraud in Florida."
I think he was very clear in his message that the state of Florida wasn't going to tolerate fraud, that it wasn't going to tolerate perjury, that they were going to shine a spotlight on this, that there would be scrutiny on this, and that he was committed to helping ensure integrity in this process. And I do think that they're highlighting this charge and this prosecution to further that effort.
And it's an effort to crack down on amendment petitions that goes back to the last legislative session. Governor Ron DeSantis placed an emphasis on the legal process surrounding ballot initiatives. Back in May, state lawmakers passed a bill that, among other restrictions, would prevent a person from collecting signatures if they don't live in the state of Florida. That is being challenged in court right now. Chris Will, Channel 4, the local station.